Well, Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Shaffer was a former intelligence officer who went undercover in Afghanistan in 2003 and 2004. He joins us now live from Washington, D.C. Thanks for being on the show, Lieutenant Shaffer. So the talks were on yesterday, then they were off, now they're back on. A lot of confusion going on here. What does it suggest to you?
Amateur hour. There's two problems here. Obviously, the correct solution is one political of nature. You have to reconcile. One of the failures of our policy in the United States has been to not recognize if the Taliban are outside the political process, they have no option but to attack the political process. So this is long overdue. With that said, the fact that they allowed this very incisive Taliban moniker to be put up is amateur hour. I mean, come on, we have to understand that Hamid Karzai would take great offense to them putting this up, and I think that's something they should have looked forward and understood long before Karzai and company saw it. And let me say one other point here very quick, and I see a real absence of a key player here, Pakistan. As much as I think it's necessary to bring the political process to the forefront, the Pakistanis play a huge role by the fact that Haqqani Network, Hikmatyar, the Hig, and of course the Kedishur with Mullah Omar are all elements which reside in Pakistan. And frankly, until I hear Mullah Omar and these other leaders speak up and say they're endorsing this process, I'm very skeptical that the Taliban that are speaking out right now are the ones that need to be talked to.
But the Pakistanis, do you think they're interested in backing this process right now?
They have to. I've in my book Operation Dark Heart, I talk about the path forward to resolving the whole issue being one similar to the Northern Ireland peace process. It's ironic President Obama is in Northern Ireland, where this all was very successfully implemented. The Irish Republic had to cut off support for the IRA, the Irish Republican Army, before serious negotiations started. Same thing in Afghanistan. The Pakistanis have to cut off arms and logistical support to the safe havens in Pakistan before the Taliban, I think, will be serious about doing a negotiated settlement. Until that happens, I just don't see this process working in any positive or sustainable way.
What we're sure of right now is that the Taliban clearly wants to be accepted as an international legitimate player with the setting up of this office here in Doha. But can they ever be trusted? I mean, the mistrust is rampant between the Taliban and the Afghan government and the US. You wonder where these negotiations are going to go.
Absolutely. And just yesterday at Bagram, there were 4 U.S. soldiers killed, admittedly, by the Taliban. So I think we really need to go towards a ceasefire for both sides. Both sides have to say, we've had enough of fighting. We really do want a political reconciliation.
But the Taliban say they're not interested in a ceasefire right now. So you wonder who's got the advantage. Right. I mean, is it the Taliban, the Afghan government, or the U.S.?
The Taliban have the advantage. They have nothing to lose by coming and negotiating and being at this thing. As you mentioned, they want world recognition. We're giving them that without anything in return. So this is where I think the real momentum is on their side in all aspects. This is why I'm saying we have to relook how we're doing this, what's in it for us as the Americans, and how we can bring our partner, the Pakistanis, into this, because, again, Pakistan has been the key to this for the entire war. The safe havens that we've been worried about, which were allowed the Taliban to resurge from 2004 on, are all in Pakistan. So, again, I don't think we can actually do this without the Pakistanis intimately and fully involved and supportive of the process.
Lieutenant Shaffer, thank you very much for your thoughts. That's Lieutenant Shaffer, Colonel Anthony Shaffer, joining us live from Washington, D.C. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.